Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. Today's episode of Carpet Cleaning Jumpstart is going to be, what is the hardest thing to get off the truck? Why is it so hard to get off the truck? And this question or this video was inspired by Chris. So Chris, I hope you're watching. You had a comment on one of the last videos we published, and it said, how did you go from owner-operator to getting off the truck and having employees? I'm currently an owner-operator, been in business 2 years. It's going good. Would like to have employees doing the carpet cleaning to free up some time to work on the business. Any advice is appreciated. So first of all, congratulations on being in business for 2 years, Chris. You probably know this, but many businesses don't make it out of their first year, let alone their first 2 years. So congratulations, you're doing something right, and I applaud you. Next, I will say that my situation is a bit unique in that I bought a existing business from an owner-operator, but right out of the gate, I immediately hired help. And the folks I brought on were part-time right away. And for a long time, and even still today, we have part-time employees. And I would highly encourage you to start there. Because right away, I knew that if we hired some part-time employees, if I had some buddies of mine come help me out, I could pay them, just being real. Back then, this is our 16th year in business, but right out of the gate, $10 an hour under the table, maybe 12, and they would help me out. You know what I mean? I would do the hard work and they would pull hose, but I could do an extra job or two if I had somebody with me all day, and that was more than enough to pay for them. So just to also be very transparent, I'm not off the truck. So today, Friday, we had jobs all day long. The first job I went to, I did a repair. Took me about 20-25 minutes, and then the guys came in right behind me. They had another cleaning. They came in right behind me. They were literally pulling in as I was pulling out, and they cleaned the whole place and as I left. And so that was like a $200 repair that I did. Just a bonded insert, about the size of a shoebox. And then they cleaned it. I think they made another couple $100. And then I went and did a grout repair, which we do grout repair and color seal. They had cleaned that house. It was like a $1,700 ticket. They cleaned it, and then I came in a couple days later and did some grout repair in the shower and color seal and made another like $400 or $500. But I'm not off the truck completely, and mostly by choice. I mean, I have had periods of time in the business where I've been pretty much off the truck, or pretty much just do free in-home estimates, basically sales. But it sounds better to say free in-home estimates because a lot of people are like, ooh, sales, I don't like sales. But I love sales because sales is just educating people and affording them the opportunity to buy. And if you're doing anything more than that, you're probably having some hard time. You're probably struggling in sales. But anyway, so yeah, I kind of by design, I mean, it's just the way we have it set up right now. If I'm available to work on the truck part-time, then we're able to give the guys more hours. If we hired more people, we'd have to spread the workload across more people, and they wouldn't get as many hours. So the folks we got working with us now, we've talked to them, and they want more hours, so we're able to get them closer to 40 hours per week by me doing the overflow instead of hiring on additional team members at this point. So I hope that kind of helps. But yeah, so I would say, okay, the hardest part, now to get to the hardest part is, for me, I think that most folks that I've talked to, most guys I've talked to or gals that own a business and they want to get off the truck, the main reason that it's hard for them or difficult is because of the reason why they want to get off the truck. Most of them want to get off the truck because they don't necessarily love cleaning. They don't like being on the truck. And so that's their motivation to get off the truck. Chris, it sounds like you have a better motivation. You want to get off the truck to work on your business, which I will address in just a moment, because that's a great motivation. But if your main motivation is to get off the truck because you don't like working on the truck, you don't necessarily love cleaning carpets, that presents a big dilemma, because the main way to get off the truck is to attract people into your business that enjoy cleaning. If you can do that, if you can learn how to attract good people into your company and into your business, then getting off the truck will be very, very easy. A lot of guys think, oh, Dan, I have to make a certain amount of money to be able to pay somebody to do the job I'm unwilling to do or I don't necessarily want to do. And that's just simply not true. It's not so much about how much you pay your guys. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's not true, Dan. If you don't pay good money, you won't get good help. That's also not true. It's way more about how you treat them than it is about how much you pay them. Okay, treating them really, really well goes a long ways. And also, you're going to attract people that are like you, and whether that's good or bad. And so if you're like, and I run into a lot of business owners that say this, especially small business owners, it's really hard to find good people. And I'm like, look in the mirror, buddy. Look in the mirror. If you have a bad attitude, you're probably attracting people that don't have a very good attitude. And on the other side, if you have a really good attitude, and that's why I'm all about personal development and reading and all these other things that have nothing to do with cleaning, but they have everything to do with growing your carpet cleaning business. Because if you can become the type of person that you would like to have work in your company, you're going to attract people just like you, and they're going to be freaking rock stars. If you read our Google reviews, all 700 of them, we just went over 700, yay! Then you'll notice that my name does not appear in most of those reviews, especially not the ones over the last several years. It's our top technicians named out over and over and over and over again that our customers rave about. We have an amazing team. These gentlemen that work with us are incredible. They're better technicians than I ever was. They're more patient. They're more thorough. They're more careful. They're everything I wish I could have been as a technician. And how did I get so lucky? It's not luck. I attracted them by changing my attitude. And the other thing too, I don't buy into the whole it's hard to find good people. Every time I hear that, I just cringe and I think that's your story. That's not my story. It's never been hard for me to find good people. I had good people before I ever bought a business, before I ever hired my first employee. And I never really hired an employee. I said, hey, do you want to help me out do some carpet cleaning? And they were like, hell yeah, why not? Because it was fun. We went out and had fun. We just happened to be cleaning. We had a ball, and then I threw him some cash. Like, oh man, you don't have to pay me. And I'm like, no, dude. You know we just made $1,000. I want to pay you $100. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to pay him a whole lot more than that. I literally was paying some of my best friends $10 and $12 an hour under the table. You know, now one of those guys runs a huge part of a company, one of the top defense contractors in the world, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, has a bunch of guys working with him. But just a few years ago, he was slinging a wand with me, just loving it. The other guy works for another huge defense contractor, and he got us the contract to do all their floors. It's like a $16,000 a year contract. And when he helps me on the weekend to do that job that only takes us 2 weekends a year for 16 grand, I pay him like $500 or $600 for like, 12 hours of work or something, because he got us that contract. But back in the day, he would work for $10 an hour, or I'd buy him dinner. I mean, again, it's not about like, oh, Dan, I can't afford to pay somebody $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. No, you probably can't yet, but doesn't mean you can't recruit help. Okay, recruiting help does not have to mean hiring a technician. And again, this may be like super illegal. I don't know. This video may get flagged by the IRS. They may come after me, but I never did officially hire my first few employees. You know what I mean? Even now, we don't have a real, and we probably should have a much more stringent training program, but we have amazing technicians that are really, really good. They're amazing with customers. They're great at cleaning. What more can you ask for? They made $100 in tips today. You know what I mean? They're just awesome. So I hope that kind of helps clear it up. I would never, ever say it's hard to find good people or kids these days or blah, 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 all that crap. Stop saying that. And more importantly, stop thinking that or believing that. The reason you have that, the reason you've created that reality for you, if that in fact is your reality, is because you believe that. If you attract it, that's a mirror. That's the world saying, hey, you might want to check yourself, because the reason you're having major problems is because of the way you think. So, Chris, what did you say? Employees to free up some time to, oh, there you go, to work on the business. So here you go, Chris. And I say this with love, okay? But maybe a little tough love, firm but loving, right? So how do you get to where you want to be from where you currently are? Here's what I'm going to say. I don't care if you're working 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week, or 60 hours a week. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are right now, you need to start working on your business on top of everything else you're doing. That's what I did. Okay, yeah, I wasn't married, I didn't have kids, and I was a little bit insane, okay? Some people call me a workaholic. Some people still do. I don't really care. I went all in. I went all in and I went all out, okay? And I was working on the business on top of cleaning. We'd go clean, and then I'd go do door hangers for 2 hours. Southeast Georgia, summertime, just sweating, just pouring sweat, going into neighborhoods, no soliciting allowed. I didn't care. I went door to door, and I hung door hangers. There's a whole video about door hangers, you know what I mean? So work on your business on top of cleaning. There's no excuse. Oh, I did 8 jobs today. I don't care. Get off the couch and go pump the damn well for another 2 hours doing door hangers, or make sales calls, or whatever you need to do to work on the business. Join your local chamber of commerce. They probably have a business after hours every month. It's a 2-hour event in our county. I go every month with my wife. We get a babysitter. It's something we do every single month, every single time. Why? Because that membership only costs us like $300 or $400 a year. Every month there's a 2-hour opportunity to go connect with people. We go to those events. I stick out my hand. I smile. And I say, hey, I'm Dan. How are you? Good to meet you. Oh, Mitch, what do you do, Mitch? Oh, you're a mortgage broker. Hey, man, that's awesome. How's business? And I take a genuine interest in other people at these events. And if you're like, well, Dan, I'm just genuinely not interested in other people. Well, then pretend to be genuinely interested in other people. And guess what? You will become genuinely interested in other people as you pretend to be. And then you listen all about Mitch and his home. What did I say? He's a mortgage broker, okay? You ask about his kids. You ask about where he grew up. You ask about where he lives. You ask about, and then you say, oh, hey, man, it was really good talking with you. You got a card? And then, hey, I'm going to be referring you some folks if I run into them. And then, hey, if you run across anybody that needs what we do, we'd love your referrals. Notice I did not try to sell to him. Hey, man, you got any carpets? We clean carpets. I'm not ever trying to sell to you. I'm trying to sell through you. If you happen to run across anybody that needs what we do, I'd be happy to take care of them for you. And it's very subtle. It's low key. It's a slow play, and it works amazingly well. If you create a connection with someone, take a genuine interest in them, and then let them know what you do, that's how you build a massive referral business. Oh yeah, you also have to not suck. Do a good job. When you're in their home, do more than just clean their carpet. That's not why you're there. You're there to create a relationship with the client that you have, with the customer that you have, and build a referral business that'll work for you. But that's my advice, Chris. I hope I didn't offend you. I was trying to be nice, but also that's the truth for me. If you're not taking time to work on your business already, and you probably are, but turn up the volume, dude. Work harder on your business than you do on your job. And that's a Jim Rohn quote. Work harder on your business than you do at your job, or at least as hard. So I hope that video helped, guys. Again, I'm not off the truck. There's guys that have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 50 trucks. I'm not that guy yet. And quite honestly, I don't really want to be. I'm working on an online business model. To me, that's where the future is. I love our carpet cleaning business. It's extremely profitable. But the future is online. So I'm creating an online business now, and I probably won't ever get off the truck. I mean, maybe someday. I don't really have like a huge motivation to get off the truck. I still love to go out and meet people, talk to people. I hurt my finger doing the, look at that, doing that grout repair. You'd think my dumb ass would use gloves or something, but doing that grout repair, that rock hard, man, it just wore my finger off. But it was worth every bit. When I got done, the guy's like, what do I owe you? And I told him the price. He's like, well, what about the extra? I said, no, don't worry about it, because I did a couple extra little things. And he said, no, add $50. You know what I mean? And I just did a video about that. Like you're going to attract clients that are more than happy to pay you more than what you think you're worth. They're going to just tip you gratuity on top of it. So give this video a thumbs up. Please continue to ask questions in the chat. Can't guarantee that I'll be able to make a video response to everyone, but that's how I prefer to communicate. As you guys can probably tell, I'm like long-winded. For me to type all that out, Chris, and be like, hey, well, this is how I did it, and this is why I did it. First of all, I'd be lying if I said I did it. I'm not off the truck completely. But yeah, I think the main reason it's hard for people to get off the truck is because they're just like, oh, this is hard. Well, good luck getting off the truck with that kind of attitude. Who do you expect to attract into your business with that kind of attitude? Other people that are going to go, this is hard. When's lunch? Oh, we got 3 more jobs. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, and that's 90% of people nowadays. And that's just not me. It's never been me. And I would highly encourage it for you to not be you. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. There's good content coming. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at the next one.